Generally, a road is a beaten path made by the footprints of those who have gone before us. Old Turkish cities dot the grand journey of the Silk Road. I took a look into their simple lives and shared heart-to-heart thoughts with them. Now I'm facing the masterpiece Mother Nature has created over numerous years and stroll along the land of civilization, which blossomed brilliantly into it. Viewed from Europe, Turkey is the first gate that leads to Asia. I unlock that bolt and enter into this pleasant country. This place of diversity is a crossroads between Western and Eastern civilizations, which is also ingrained in its food. My third journey in search of the delectable flavors of Turkey continues onto Pamukkale. The landscape of the Anatolian fields is gradually changing shape. Once you leave home, people are what you miss the most. So when I coincidentally crossed upon a small village, I am so glad to see someone approach me.
Selamünaleyküm, merhaba, hoş bulduk.
Selam, Türkiye. Şimdi bu tarafa gideceğiniz. Devamlı sol yol. Sağa değil, sol. Dar kayalardan geçeceğiniz, galelere varacaksınız, peri bacalarını göreceğiniz. Filan.
About 20 minutes outside of the village, strange-looking rocks appear out of nowhere, just like the old man said. I wonder how much time has washed upon those rocks. They stand huddled together like a colony of mushrooms that a giant made out of clay. They look really peculiar, as if fairies would live here. This is called Mini Cappadocia, in reference to the mushroom-shaped rocks in central Turkey's Cappadocia. Civilizations have passed this way for thousands of years due to its geographical fate as a crossroads between the East and the West. I find another bit of evidence in the Ayazani Rock Valley. It's a rock made of solidified lava. Due to its malleable property, people here carved them out and made a church, a refuge for themselves.
주거했던 모양과 건강하고 아침에 봐서는 또 기도하는 그런 용도로도 사용했을 것 같고 그래서 저 창을 통해서 세상과 소통을 하고 모르겠어요.
It is a cave church instilled with the breaths of people from the past who dug into the rocks. Years of grime have settled on the surface, but it is thanks to the diversity of Turkey that I'm able to find a Christian church here. These natural works of art seem as though they were made by chiseling away at the rocks thousands and tens of thousands of times. Human time, which has been pared down again and again in such presence, feels so insignificant now. What I have to get accustomed to during my trip in Turkey are the roads that have no end and my time of silence. Only after traveling a full half day do I finally arrive at the famous white rock hill, Pamukkale. Taking a break after racing to a destination is one of the basic rules of traveling. I'm saving this unexplored natural site for tomorrow.
시원하고 좋다. 시원하고 좋아요.
Odaları ben açayım, bağımlı. Senin oda bu tarafta, tamam? Senin da
오,
What?
çok güzel.
çok güzel.
Yes. Teşekkür
Another
ederim.
room looking near. Come.
No, no. No, easy.
Yeah, yeah. Looking please.
오케이.
Yeah.
할아버지. 아침은 주시는 거예요? 아침?
Anladım.
Tomorrow ekmek.
Ekmek.
Ekmek.
Breakfast.
Yes, breakfast.
Downstairs.
Downstairs.
Yes.
Yeah, what kind of food?
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8
Anytime
o'clock,
is
9
okay.
o'clock, 10
Anytime
o'clock.
is okay.
Traveling is a continuum of packing and unpacking. Once you get the hang of this and start to feel at home at your lodgings, you will find your own pace.
집 떠나면은 고생이고 또 불편이죠. 그래서 여행 중에는 불편을 친구 삼아서 다녀야 돼요. 친구 삼아서 사이좋게 좀 더 이게 여행 자체가 피곤하면 내가 조금 양보하고 내가 좀 이렇게 피곤할 때는 여행지가 좀 양보를 또 해줘요. 그러다 보면 사이좋게 해서 여행할 수 있죠.
Daybreak is solely nature's time. From afar, Pamukkale looks like a snow-covered mountain, which got its name for its resemblance to cotton. Pamuk means cotton, and Kale means castle. The thermal waters, which gush from a 70-meter height, contain limestone that settles as it cascades. This process repeated to form a terraced natural miracle. The sheer amount of time that it has flowed here is 14,000 years. Bathing in a hot spring is the best way to wash away one's fatigue from prolonged traveling. It is said that even Egypt's Cleopatra visited here. The limestone bed against my bare feet feels as if just walking on it will make me healthier.
あったかいです。ワーム。日本語でいいんですか？気持ちいいです。
Pamukkale is known as one of Turkey's top 3 attractions alongside Istanbul and Cappadocia. The line of visitors to see this rare natural phenomenon does not end. They claim to adjust the amount of water flow, but perhaps they have used up too much because the bottom is showing and it's losing its old appearance. After soaking your feet in the thermal waters, your next stop will naturally be the ancient historic site atop a limestone hill in Pamukkale. Hierapolis. This place, which means holy city, was actually a city that was erected in honor of Hiera, wife of Telephos, the founder of the kingdom of Pergamon. The city, which was developed alongside the Pamukkale hot springs, has long been known as a place of rest and healing.
이 주도로에 마차가 다닐 정도로 넓은 도로에 양쪽에 빽빽하게 상점이 있는데 다른 상점들은 폭이 좁아요. 근데 여기는 둥근 아치로 굉장히 폭이 좀 넓은 편인데 제 생각에는 여기서 어떤 아주머니가 예쁜 아주머니가 앉으셔서 괴슬내미를 굽지 않았나 하는 생각이 드네요. 여기서 이제 밥상을 놓고 반죽을 밀고 여기서 굽고 손님은 이렇게 앉아가지고 1개 주세요, 2개 주세요 이러면서 장을 보다가 시장하면 게질레미를 사 먹었던 그런 장소 같아요. 그래서 이 도로를 보면서 히라폴리스가 얼마나 큰 고대 도시였다는 게 짐작이 가네요.
This ancient city was once buried underground by an earthquake. The ruins that contain the prosperous past are stimulating my imagination.
Nessun, diciamo, soldi o budget per far costruire come un portico che stiamo vedendo direttamente nella altra parte, come ai Romani. Guardate, adesso subito alla nostra destra vedremo una fontana che hanno fatto costruire loro. Questa fontana noi abbiamo chiamato sul mondo archeologico Ninfeon. Ecco, guardate. Thank you.
Beh, perché comunque è importante vedere l'origine, la storia, da dove arriviamo, è importante per la nostra vita, per quello che saremo.
In 1988, UNESCO designated the Pamukkale hot springs, together with the Hierapolis historic site, as a World Heritage Center. This amphitheater was completed in the 2nd century, during Roman Emperor Hadrian's reign. It can seat 15,000 people at once. This city, which prospered since the Roman era, was completely demolished and buried underground from the Great Earthquake of 1354. Fascinatingly, this amphitheater pretty much retains its circular shape, despite frequent earthquakes. Best of all, it was built to transmit the sound of dialogue, even without having to use loudspeakers. Hundreds of air-filled jars were installed at the top of the audience's seats, which induced an echoing effect for perfect acoustics. This buried ancient city was discovered in 1887, and the restoration process continues to this day. Leaving behind the faded city ruins, I am heading for a nearby retreat village. Ancient people knew that thermal waters not only transformed topography, but also had healing effects, and started to build this bath in the 2nd century. The Kara Hyatt Springs looks like a mini Pamukkale. Locals as well as tourists come to enjoy foot baths. You can find many people enjoying mud baths here. Fine limestone particles that have yet to solidify settles in the form of mud, and slathering it on your body is great for your skin. The spring has been flowing for 14,000 years and hasn't stopped for 1 second. It is truly a blessing from nature.
İstanbul Yalova'dan başlıyor. Daha Muğla'ya kadar böyle bazı bölgelerde var. Fethiye'de tam denizin kenarına kırt kaynıyor. Yalova'dan da kaynıyor. Bu mıntıkada var. Gönen'de var. Edremit'te var. Yerin altında böyle çok olaylar var.
Traces of an innumerable amount of time has created a natural masterpiece. However, for those who live among it, today is the same as yesterday. I wonder what kinds of flavors are hidden here.
Merhaba. Merhaba.
I have followed a wholesome scent to a nearby farmhouse, where I find an old woman frying bread.
Yanıyorlar oğlum. Çatal bunlar yanıyor. Ay verecek mi?
It looks delicious. Ekmek is a main Turkish staple.
Ver bunları. Ay yakıyor.
할머니가 한 개 먹어보라고 그러시네요.
Yandın mı?
Çok güzel. 할머니, çok güzel.
She is a very diligent old woman. She's frying bread in an old oven the way Korean mothers cook rice. A dinner feast is taking place right next door as well.
Tekrar film çekiyoruz. Ne yapıyoruz diyor.
Ne yapıyorsun diyor.
Közleme. Mangal.
Chicken. Kuzu neydi?
오늘 어떤 날이세요?
Bu aile yemeği sadece. Türkiye'de pazarları izin, herkes izinli. Çalışanlar izinli. Aile birleşiyor, yemek hazırlıyor.
Damatlar.
3 kızız. 1, 2, 3.
I join the table along with the Yanel couple's 3 gem-like daughters and their sons-in-law.
Hello. What's your name?
My name is One. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
One.
Cooking for the family is the mother's job. The eldest daughter, Padma, lends a hand. Mangal has been nicely infused with a charcoal scent. It's making my mouth water. But then...
Bu benim kocam.
The spread has been prepared with homegrown and local foods, and the family's laughter is like a seasoning that is sprinkled over it all to make it an even tastier meal.
Ben pişiriyorum güzel.
Pişiriyor. Bunlar da yiyor. Bunlar pişirip de bana yedirmiyor. Ben pişiriyorum bunlara.
I follow the father, Eren, to see their garden. They don't boast about their house or car, but about their garden, which was made with their sweat.
근데 무화과가 이 보라색 될 때까지 다 익어야 되는 줄 알았더니 이렇게 초록색 그냥 무화과를 먹네요. 그래서 한번 볼게요. 초크제. 무화과 잼 같아요. 초크제.
Organik. İlaç yok.
I realize what the saying, "You reap what you sow," really means, with the abundant fruits of their garden.
Annem bahçeden koparıyor. Bak bunu getirelim mi?
Thanks to a playful son-in-law, the mother-in-law, as well as the whole family, is in stitches.
Ben çok açarım.
Şişkoyum ben diyor. Ben diyor acarım diyor. Sen
Sen gibi olmak istiyor. Nasıl? Az yesin az. Çok yiyor bu.
Ben çok açarım. Kırmediyorum. Ben çok yiyorum.
조금 드시고 운동을 많이 하셔야 돼요.
Spor diyor. Ha, spor yapacak. Spor.
운동.
boyuna uyuyor. No.
I can't help but feel a bit envious. At times like these, I'm reminded of my hometown, which I have kept in check.
Faydalı hani ayaklarımız bellere
Kireçlenmeye, siyatik.
Kireçlemeye birebir.
Bu Pamukkale'den
Pamukkale'deki sudan bile çok iyidir bura. Ama kokuyor ya çok güzel.
biraz kokuyor.
Yalnız kokuyor.
Merve says she will take me to a secret hot spring that only the villagers know about. I only thought of hot springs that are crowded with tourists, but the real hidden jewel was elsewhere. Evidently, the family goes for a hot spring bath from time to time. A small pond is hidden among a bed of reeds. This is the family's secret bath. The smell of sulfur is the first to greet me. Leaving the sweltering heat behind, I boldly follow Merve into the hot spring.
온도가 한 50도 가까이 되는 것 같고요. 우리 조격하는 온도보다 조금 더 높은 것 같이. 네, 근데 지금 이 더운 날씨에 뜨거운 물에 들어오니까 다리가 찌리리 하면서 정말 피로가 풀리는 것 같아요. 세상에 이런 들판에 이런 온천이 있다니 이거 진짜 신기해요.
Turkish women are reluctant to show their bare skin in public, but the eldest, Fatma, joins in the foot bath with her husband without hesitation.
Güzellikçi. Peeling.
gerdiriyor. 나도 줘봐요. 줘봐 그럼. yok. 유황 냄새가 확 나요. 근데 너무너무 따뜻한 게 따뜻한 기운이 확 스쳐들어요.
Belediye başkanı ne yapıyor? Temizlese Yunus buraları.
Buranın tabı var.
Bak burada çamur.
조금 그칠기는 해도요. 이 뜨거운 이 유황 기운이 확 올라오네요. 카메라 렌즈에 제 얼굴이 비쳐요. 거울 삼아서 지금.
Çok güzel oldu.
Çok güzel.
Sıcacık iyi oldu. Şifa.
Sana da süreyim.
줘봐.
Right now, even Cleopatra can't make me jealous. How could there be a hot spring in such a remote place?
Amcam bu, tarihi bu. Doğal bu yani. Doğal olarak çıkıyor. Bu asırlardır böyle bu. Devam ediyor yani. Ha. Yani bunun yani şeysini ben dahi bilmiyorum bunu. Belki asırlar bu. Bu devamlı böyle çalışıyor burada. Şifalıdır yani bak. Buraya gelenler yani çok memnun olup da gidiyor. Yani bir sadece vatandaşın sıkıntısı üzerinin kapalı olmaması.
Traveling is to discover the lives that are scattered pleasantly along the beautiful landscape. Perhaps this is why travelers willingly take the road. Once I have washed all my troubles away in the hot spring, I travel 400 kilometers east of Pamukkale to Konya, a major transportation point in the central Anatolia. Konya, which connects Istanbul, Syria, and Iraq, developed as an industrial and religious city long ago. It's also a city that you can't leave out when discussing the birth of Mevlana around the year 1200, a religion derived from Sufism, a branch of Islamic mysticism. The building that stands out the most is the Mevlana Museum. The splendid buildings of turquoise tile and conical towers were used as the Sultan's rose garden in the 11th century. Later, the tombs of Rumi, the founder of Mevlana, and his father were constructed here, and established it as home for the Mevlana sect.
We perform this washing the hands, face, head a little bit like the feet. So this makes us ritually pure. So this is an honor to the saint, Rumi in this case. He's a saint. He's a Muslim saint. So first of all, if you're a Muslim, there's no way you can ignore Mevlana because he's extremely influential across the Muslim world.
It was turned into a museum in 1926, but actually it is no less than the headquarters of the Mevlana religion. The most significant mosque in Turkey, thousands of pilgrims come to visit each year. This is not in vain, for they are coming to visit the graves of their spiritual leader, Mevlana Rumi.
Mevlana is different to different people, you see. Some people will say he's a poet, some people will say he's a spiritual master, but he's all of them at the same time. He's mainly a Muslim who delved deep into the path and touched the source of truth. And then he spoke from that source of truth, you see.
In another building, life-size portrayals of the lives of Mevlana and his followers are on display. Mevlana stood up against existing authority and formalities by eating little, drinking little, and wearing clothes in any which way. His followers gathered and began practicing meditation and prayer. These people are called Mevlevi. Their lives are a discipline in itself. One of their disciplines is a method called sema, which resembles a dance. This professor, who has studied Mevlana for many years, introduces me to the movements in the sema ritual. The direction in which the hand is pointing and the rotations all bear the meaning of practicing discipline.
신과 합일되는 그런 우도의 주. 그래서 망아 이 지경에 이르려면은 신에게 다가간다고 해서 이렇게 빙글빙글 돌면서 우도의 주.
Every Saturday evening, you can see a sema dance performance. Their attire looks simple enough, but the cylindrical hat symbolize a tombstone, and the wide skirts symbolize shrouds for the dead. In the way that a fast current forms a deep pool, they spin their bodies again and again. This is not a dance, but a follower's prayer. It is no less than the harsh training of any other truth seeker. Konya, which was the capital during the Seljuk Turk era in the 11th century, is also referred to as a city of flavors, as it is located in the breadbasket zone of Anatolia. Among them, the Turkish flatbread pizza called pide is famous.
Cheese, börek.
No more. Okay.
They start baking the pide as soon as the order is placed. Its length, though, is no joke. They place ground meat on the flour dough and gradually extend it. This is where the cook's magic begins. This long pide, that is well over a meter long, is called etli ekmek pide. It has to be baked to an even crisp in the oven in order to enjoy a well-made taste.
Başka restoranlarda ufak pide yaparlar, biz de büyük pide yaparız. Ve hepsi birinci sınıf kaliteli malzemeden yaparız.
It's a fun visual effect too, because it is served to the customer's whole without cutting it.
서서 먹어야 되겠어. 너무 길어가지고. 어떻게 먹어야 되나? 버터 향이 입안을 확 풍겨나면서 고기하고 치즈 맛이 굉장히 잘 어울려요. 적피제. 그다음에는요.
One pide will nicely fill the stomachs of two people. It boasts various flavors and tastes according to its toppings, just like a pizza.
아무래도 그 지방의 기후에 따라서 그리고 토질에 따라서 여러 가지 작물들이 있잖아요. 그래서 그 대표로 이렇게 생산되는 그 재료에 그 식재료의 성질에 가장 맞게 재료의 특성을 살려서 요리하고 그 요리를 이제 그 사람들이 먹음으로써 또 건강에 도움이 되고 그래서 우리나라 말로 하자면 신토부리 그 지방에서 나는 음식을 그 지역 사람들이 먹으면 그런 음식이 지역 음식인 것 같아요.
These lives must have gained layers and solidified over a long period of time. Such slowly developed flavor is instilled in each loaf of bread that they need to become their today and tomorrow.